Behind me is Rajasthan's beautiful countryside, and next to me is the current star of Hyundai's lineup, the all-new Santro. What brings us here? Well, usually when we decide to travel, we plan it out, we scout for locations, but this time around we decided to do things a little differently. We just decided to drive. We had a very vague idea of Rajasthan's countryside in mind, so we decided to head out with the Santro and explore whatever is thrown at us.
Rajasthan is India's largest state by area, and we're here wandering the roads of this enchanting state, specifically the Alwar district. Our agenda was to check out the lesser known spots. With the phone hooked up to the Santro's infotainment system via Android Auto, we set off along the suggested route along National Highway 48 before veering off the highway onto State Highway 25. Driving along narrow village roads, we chanced upon the Mongol Sagar Dam. The man-made structure acts as a water reservoir, and while the volume of water may have been low at this time of the year, it rises substantially during the monsoon months. It's also a great place to indulge in a spot of bird watching. Getting to the spot you see in pictures here was a bit tricky, but the Santro's ample ground clearance meant we didn't have to worry about scraping the underside. A quick look around the area revealed what appeared to be a fort sitting atop a hillock. So, keeping in line with the idea of random exploration, we decided to drive in its general direction. Mercifully, the Santro's light steering helped navigate narrow village streets with ease. But that nerve-wracking exercise was in vain, as we discovered there is no road actually leading up to the fort. This relatively small fort is called Tehla Fort. There isn't much information available about it. Some sources claim that it was constructed in the 18th century. Around 68 kilometers from the Tehla Fort lies the Seher Lake. We knew that the lake and surrounding area has a sizable crocodile population, so we decided to try our luck at spotting the reptiles in their natural habitat. To our surprise, that turned out to be a rather straightforward task. We managed to spot a whole basque of crocodiles lazing by the water soaking up the sun. Locals estimate that there are about 300 of these mugger crocodiles in the lake. This particular species is characterized by a broad snout, a powerful tail and webbed feet. Female muggers are 2 to 2.5 meters long on average, while the males grow to around 3 to 3.5 meters. In case of the Seher Lake, these crocodiles primarily feed on fish as well as birds and smaller reptiles. Sariska is among the darkest places in India. Sounds like a great place to partake in some stargazing then. If you have a thing for night skies, if you want more than just stargazing, you must visit Astro Port. Located in the close proximity to the Tiger Reserve, around 224 kilometers from Delhi, is Astro Port Sariska, a slice of heaven in the ordinary. Recognized as a first-of-its-kind astronomy and adventure camp and resort, Astro Port Sariska affords travelers the opportunity to spend a night under 1,000,000 stars, a sight most of us city dwellers are rarely treated to. The visuals you see on the screen were taken from Astro Port's observational area. Unlike our trip, if planned better, keeping the moon cycle and weather conditions in mind, one can easily spot even more stars than we managed to capture. Not planning the trip worked out pretty well in the end. We chanced upon some rather interesting places, and all this wandering also made us realize what a good job Hyundai has done with the Santro. Its light steering, the convenience of an AMT, top-notch features and the impressive ride quality make it one of the best, if not the best, in its segment.